Yo and hello, everybody. My name is Mike. I am baseball collector. That is Chris from Missouri, and this is Showcase Showdown. This is episode number 7, I believe. Is that right, Chris?
That is correct. Episode 7.
What's the score again so far?
Well, it is 2-4. The Black Hats are winning.
4-2, good guys. Yes.
Our last episode was a close one, fairly close. Not as close as the Lou Brock was when we did the Lou Brock. That was our closest competition. But the Hank Aaron was. We showed a lot of nice cards, but you pulled away, made it an easy win down the stretch for you.
I did score some late inning runs off your bullpen, but this one this week should be a lot closer. We're doing Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella. We combine those two together because total they only have 19 cards in their base runs, and so they were teammates. They were both great players, and man, Chris, do they have some amazing cards.
Oh, beautiful cards, beautiful cards. Why don't you tell the people that are watching this for the first time in your beautiful radio voice about how the rules are, what the rules are?
The rules are simple. If you have the card ungraded, it's 5 points. You also get the numerical addition of the numerical grade. So whether it's PSA, SGC, or BBG, those 3 companies count to add to a total score for the card. We add all the cards up, and that's who wins. I think in this one, we're going to have a Campy winner, a Jackie winner, and then an overall winner. It'll be one overall winner, but we will definitely – it'll be interesting to see who has better Campy, better Jackie, whatever, how this is all going to play out. This is our first dual player that we've done.
That is correct, yes.
So we have a few of them on the list, and later on, once we're done with this, we will run the Wheel of Names to see who will be next week's Showcase Showdown. By the way, Chris, tell everybody what they should be doing at home right now. Hitting pause.
Okay. Yeah, I tell you what, hit the pause button. Go get all of your Roy Campanella cards out. Go get all your Jackie Robinson cards out. Put them in an order from the newest card to your oldest card, and just follow us and let us know in the comments how you compare to us, and just let us know if you like it. Listen, we love doing this. We get to get our cards out, and to give you a chance to get your cards out too.
Absolutely. So both these guys, their careers, obviously Jackie, first African-American player in the National League. Larry Doby followed a few months later in the American League with the Cleveland Indians. But Roy Campanella came in a couple of years later. The Dodgers really were the poster child for integration because they had Don Newcomb, they had Roy Campanella, they had Jackie Robinson. I mean, you could argue for a period of time you had this amazing duo in New York of Yogi Berra and Roy Campanella, right? In the 50s, it was just amazing. Campanella won 3 MVPs, which is just nuts. I watched the other day, MLB was showing the 55 World Series Game 5, which was Larson's perfect game. I'm sorry, 56 World Series, right? Yeah, 56.
Yes.
Game 5. And watching Campy, Campy was a big dude.
He's pretty thick.
He was thick. He was a big guy. And Jackie at that point was in 56, was nearing he was at the end of his career. So he looked a little slow of foot. But that I was watching the players on that field. I was like, there's Pee Wee Reese, there's Gil Hodges, there's Duke Snyder, there's Roy Camp. I mean, I'm just like, holy crap. And the Yankees were just as stacked. It was absolutely amazing, this era of baseball. And 2 of the greats we're going to talk about tonight. And like you mentioned, we're going to start at the oldest card, which isn't on the registry, but I know you have it. I'm pretty sure you have it.
Are we doing? Are we doing this one player at a time, or are we going to do both of them combined with the year?
Both combined with the year. I'll call out the card that's next.
Okay.
Just so you can kind of track along with us. and you guys can get out the next card. So we're going to start with the oldest card, which is a Campy card, 59 tops, symbol of courage. Not a part of his player run, but of course, Campanella had his car accident, cut his career short. He probably wasn't going to play, but a few more years. Was a Hall of Famer regardless. But that's just, to me, that's one of the great baseball cards, period. I just absolutely love it that they did that. You like that?
Campanella was my father's favorite player.
Nice.
And he loved that card. And I was a Johnny Bench fan growing up, and my dad would say Roy Campanella won the MVP award 30% of the time that he played in the baseball. And it would always stop me in the argument. So I love showing these Roy Campanella cards.
I just realized that, you love Bench. I love Pudge. I was a catcher. You were a catcher. We love catchers. Talking about a catcher today. We're also pretty thick. Now that I think about it, we have a lot in common with Roy Campanella.
Sure.
I'm thicker than I used to be. That's for darn sure. All right. What's next? Here's where we're going to start counting points. So.
All right. Well, I believe we're starting with the 1957 tops, Roy Campanella.
We are.
And I have mine.
So
I have mine in a 3.5.
I have mine in a PSA 7.
Ooh, that's jumps out to a big lead already.
Well, I was tired of playing around. So you had a 3.5. So that's 8.5 points for those of you keeping score at home. What's cool, and we're going to find out, is we're going to see all the sets represented, but not every player has cards in each set. Campy was primarily a Bowman guy. Jackie was a Topps guy. And so at least in the mid to late 50s or early 50s, I also have the 57 Topps Dodgers Sluggers featuring 3 Hall of Famers, and Carl Furlow. You got Hodges, Snyder, Campy. Great card.
Great card.
All right, next up, I guess I'm first. And we're going to do Campy first. So if they have a shared card, we'll do Campy first. 56 Topps, Roy Campanella. I have a gray back and a 3.
Give me some of those points back, because I have a gray back and a 6.
Oh, my goodness. I think you just took the lead a little bit there. That's a great card. So you had 11. All right.
Okay, so are we going with the other 1956 then, the way I understand? Okay, 1956, gray back, Jackie Robinson in a 2.
Okay, I'm going to get those points right back because I have it in a 5.
Dang.
And I have a white back. I don't know which is. I've never understood which one was. I've never really learned which one was harder, gray or white back.
I think the white back is harder than the gray back, at least in my collection. I have a lot more gray backs than white backs.
Gotcha. Okay, next up. Now we're starting in the alternating Bowman and Topps. You got Campanella in the 55 Bowman. I have that in a PSA 5.
Okay, I have that in a CSG 6.
All right, I'll let that count.
You gonna let that slide?
Yeah.
I don't have very many CSG cards, that's for sure.
Well, we might be tied right now. I think
you're right. Okay, you're definitely going to take the lead here. It's the 55 Topps Jackie Robinson. And I'm just glad I own this card, but mine is in an SGC 1.5.
My lead didn't grow by much because I have a PSA 2.
Okay.
But it's a gorgeous looking.
Those are beautiful cards. Beautiful cards.
I love it either way. So you had a 1.5. Okay. Next up, 54 Bowman, Roy Campanella. So again, Bowman's going to be Campy. Topps will be Jackie for the most part. I have a PSA 6.
Dang, beautiful card. I have a PSA 4.
I love Campy's look on this card. Just solemn, serious,
Right.
great card.
Okay, this card coming up is iconic. It's a beautiful card too.
Well,
And
can I show this one first?
oh, please go right ahead.
How about a 54 Wilson Franks Roy Campanella?
That is on my list. It's in that 300 great cards, and when you show that, I'm just jealous of it. I love it.
Actually a hard card to find, believe it or not. Like, this is close to $1,000, give or take, in a 3. Not cheap, not hard, not easy to find. So, all right, now you can go with the next card.
Okay, next card. And it's just an iconic looking card. The 1954 Topps Jackie Robinson Yo in a PSA 2.
I have it in a 4.5.
Man, oh man, that's a beautiful card. Have you had that a long time?
I have. It's got a 1 as the start of the serial number.
Okay.
What'd you say you had? A 2?
I had a, let me look. Yes, a 2.
Okay. Next up, I'm getting to lead off with Campy. So we got 53 Bowman color. Absolutely great card. I have it in a PSA 6.
Well, I have it in a 7.
Wow.
Probably my highest grade here tonight.
Dude, that's a no joke card right there.
Yeah, I love it.
That is awesome.
Okay. 1953 again. Topps Roy Campanella, card number 27. It's a beautiful card. It's in a PSA 2.
I have a PSA 5.
Boy. That's a beautiful smile.
Can I tell you a story about this card in particular?
Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
What's that?
I'd love to hear it.
So I saw this at a national at the point where it's got a 4 as a serial number starting. So it was a number of years ago, and I wasn't quite ready to jump head on into vintage. And I saw this card and I saw how beautiful this 5 was. And I went, yeah, I just want to own that card. Obviously I went nuts from there, but it's definitely,
yeah. If you're going to have one if you're going to have just one in your collection, and I mean, these are all fairly big cards, but man, that Roy Campanella, that's a nice one to have.
I just loved his smile, and everything about it just worked for me. Speaking of 53 Topps, there's another great card. Card number 1 of the set, Jackie Robinson. I have it in a PSA 4.
Oh, you are pulling out the lead. This is in a PSA 1.
But you still have it.
I still have it. Mine has the tape marks on it, but I know exactly where this came from, and I remember picking it up and just being excited to have it.
Yeah. All right. Going into 52, Bowman. All his cards are just so great. Roy Campanella, 52 Bowman. I have it in a PSA 6.
Holy cow! Would you stop this now? I love this card. It's in a PSA 3.
Yeah. Again, I hope people watch this and just think, man, it's cool they have these cards. We like to kid each other about the competition, and the thing is, together, this is going to be a good example of merging our collections together, because there are cards you have that I don't have. There might be some cards that I have that we both have that I have better grades, but if you combine them together, and that's kind of the point of me and Chris doing this, is we like to see kind of together what we got. Because the next 2 cards, I draw a big goose egg. So if you can you can make up some ground in a hurry here, Chris, because I get 0. The first one, the 52 Topps Roy Campanella. Do you have that one?
I do. In an SGC3.
So jealous.
I picked this up this past year in St. Louis at a card show, and I walked through there, looked at the case, and it kind of lights were shining on it and kind of lifted up to my hand. And I picked it up right away, and I knew I was going to get this.
That's awesome. Well, there's also a 52 Topps Jackie Robinson, which I don't have.
I don't have that, but I should get points because it's on my list.
I think it's on everybody's list.
So I have a few 52s that I do want to show, though.
Yeah.
This is a 52 Burkeross Roy Campanella.
Yeah, same images or similar image to what we're going to see here shortly.
Yes, and then I got this. I love these for some reason. They just speak to me, and they're the Wheaties cards.
Oh,
There's the portrait, and here is what I call the inaction card. And that card, I love that card. It's well worn, but it's my card.
That's awesome. I would love to pick up those Wheaties as well. Those are awesome. Okay. Well, since I was drawing a whole lot of nothing, let's go to 51 Bowman. And we've got the Roy Campanella. I have it in a PSA 3.
Well, give me a couple of those points back because I have it in a 5.
Wow. That's just such a great card. Good job on that. Okay. Now we're at 50 Bowman. You're up.
Okay, 50 Bowman. And I have a nice one here as well. This is my 1950 Bowman Roy Campanella in a PSA 6.
Well, that's pretty darn good. About as good as my PSA 6.
Oh man. I thought I was getting back. What do you have the totals right now since I got one of those cards that you
Yes, I do.
Uh-huh. I just want to hear the score now because I know what it's going to be here in a second.
117 for you. 121.5 for me.
Okay.
All right.
It's going to be tough.
I think you got me. 50 Bowman, Jackie Robinson. I have it in a 2.5.
Yeah. I don't have it.
Oh.
It is on my list. And I would need that card for a couple of the sets, especially the top 100 by John Wade Boggs fan. I need that and the 52 Jackie, and I'm completed with the exception of the mantle. So.
Well, we're heading into the rookies now. 49 Bowman. Rookies count double, by the way, guys. So if you're following along, if you have the card, it's worth 10. The grade is worth double. You're first this time. 49 Bowman,
Roy Campanella in a PSA 2.
And I have a PSA Quattro 4.
Wow. Beautiful card.
But all beautiful cards, like all beautiful. So that's you had a 2, so that's 14 points. All right. I'm out of cards. So this is where you're down 22 points right now, by the way.
22 points. And so I have to have both these cards to win.
Yeah.
And they got to have at least some kind of score on them, right?
That's correct.
Well, I'm not so good at math, so I don't want to get up and dance and start moonwalking and say, gotcha. But I love this card. I'm going to show, I tell you what, in honor, nope, they're both 49. So I'm going to.
Yeah.
So the 49 Bowman, Jackie Robinson in a 1.5.
That is awesome.
That gives me this. That's just a beautiful card there.
So that's 13. So you need 9 more points. It's 153 to 144 right now.
And this is the closest race that we've had.
It's pretty close.
So I have the Jackie Robinson and a PSA 1.5 here as well.
Wow.
Now this is a 1.5, but this is one of the best cards in my collection, one of the most valuable cards in my collection, and one of my favorite cards in my collection.
So jealous that you have both the Bowman and the Jackie. Those are definitely on my list of cards. You know, I just did a top 10 cards I'm targeting in 2024. Neither one of those are on it. I've got others that I kind of want, because to me, you can't have a top 10 with like all super high end cards. It gets frustrating, right?
Yeah.
I need some kind of easy things to mark off the list, right? But those are two cards that someday I will definitely be adding to the collection. They are amazing. And drum roll, please.
You got it. That's about the best I can do.
Chris 157, Mike 153.
I knew I had it the whole time. I wasn't even worried. Wasn't even worried. You know, you're talking about these old cards. You know, they have to. To me, they don't have to. I'd love to have perfect cards of all of them but when I go to look at them, it has a story to it. If it has a little bit of wear and tear, I don't. You know, you get a 1948 Bowman or 1949 Leaf. Jackie Robinson, you hope that somebody else enjoyed that card before you did. And, you know, that card tells a story. You don't know what kind of story it tells. You can make up your own story. But if it's picture perfect, it's been in a box somewhere, which is a great story too, but somebody didn't enjoy it as much as what they should have. And I love looking at them like that. I just do.
Absolutely. I love the fact that old cards are supposed to look old, you know. And again, I'll take as high a grade as I can get, but I'm not upset to have cards that have been shown some love, you know.
Sure.
Well, man, Chris, that pulls you back 4-3. It's staying tight, but we'll see what it looks like as we add in the wheel of names for next time. Let's see where we go with this. All right, we've still got a lot of great names over here.
Okay.
Seaver,
I'm nervous.
Nolan Ryan. You're hoping for George Brett. Here we go. Let's see who the wheel chooses for us to do next. No.
Did you?
Son of a gun.
So I am the Johnny Bench collector. I am. But I've seen some of your. I saw a video of your bench stuff, and I'm gonna. I don't know this. I got something to live up to here with some of my buddies. When I tell them, hey, you got to watch it, we're gonna do Johnny Bench, they're gonna think I have this in the bag, and this is gonna be a good one.
You're saying it's going to be tighter than I think, because the minute I saw Johnny Bench, I threw in the towel right there.
Well, I tell you what, let's just give me the win and go to a different one.
No, we gotta go through it. There's a lot of great Johnny Bench cards.
Yes, and he's my favorite player. But I've seen yours. I've seen your cards, and if you're not going to let me count all my rookie Johnny Benches, then it's going to be it might be another one for the old baseball collector. Going to be a good one though.
Well, that'll be fun to do. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of Showcase Showdown. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for collecting, or not collecting. Thanks for following along, and keep collecting. And we'll see you guys next time.